Hey everyone, welcome back. It's time for one more exercise. This time, more practice with React Router, but specifically the things we've just learned in this section, things like adding in params to our routes, so path parameters, path variables. So what you're going to build is nice and simple, pretty short, but it will act as a stepping stone to the much more complicated project we will be building very shortly, our final project. So what is this project? It's just sort of uncreative dog finder. So I'm using Bootstrap. One part of this project is to make the entire application responsive. And that includes the navbar, that includes our grid here. You don't have to use Bootstrap, but it should look good on different layouts. So just to show you, as I change the screen size, here's our mobile layout. Our navbar collapses. We can click on individual dogs in the navbar or click on one of them here. And as I do click on one, well, first, we got some nice transitions here. Look at that. I'm gonna zoom in. Woo! You don't have to do that. And then I just took that from a code pen, honestly. Changing the color, black and white versus color when you hover, as you can see there. Okay, so when you do click on a dog, we see the individual dog, which has its own route. So this dog is Whiskey, and the route is /dogs/whiskey. Tubby has /dogs/tubby. Now that should all be dynamic. None of these routes should be hard-coded to say Tubby or Whiskey or Hazel. And same thing goes for the navbar. So we have the different nav links up here, and each one will show up as active when you are on the respective route. The way this app works is that there is some starter dog info here that you can use. You can download the images or use your own images, but none of this should be hard-coded. So if we look at the app, inside of the app.js file, I have some default props where I'm setting the dogs array. But if I were to add another dog, let's take Hazel and duplicate her and then change her name to be Muffin Lord. And then age will be 8. And we'll just keep the image as Hazel. What you'll see is that the app now has a new dog showing up, but also a new link added to the navbar. So this is all dynamic. You shouldn't have any links where you're actually writing Whiskey and Hazel and Tubby or whatever your dogs are. It should be all done dynamically. And then it has its own route, and we can see that it is currently highlighted in the navbar. So that's all there is to it, except for one other feature, which is if we try and go to an invalid dog, like /dogs/blah, blah, blah, it redirects us back to the dogs route. So the home page is just /dogs. If you go to an invalid route, we go back to /dogs. Otherwise, we can visit an individual dog route. Okay, so the challenge, or really the new stuff here, is the redirect, adding in the dynamic links in the navbar, making sure they're active when they should be active, working with React Router, working with route variables, passing in information. We need to know, obviously, which dog should show up on this page. And lastly, making it responsive. And I already mentioned this, I'm using Bootstrap to do it. There are many options, but if you're not familiar with Bootstrap, then watch the next couple solution videos and you'll see how it works. It's pretty simple. Okay,